In this episode of Teach Me Something, Kevin Scott attempts to teach our real estate expert, Long Doan, how to manage a virtual team to efficiently get things done. Kevin Scott has been a realtor for almost 10 years and an investor since 2005. Kevin started his career in Hollywood and became the animation director on some major motion pictures. We're talking about movies you've actually heard of and probably even seen. Movies like Star Wars.
I know there are things about the Force that they're not telling me.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Do you have the courage and fortitude to follow orders and stay true in the face of danger and almost certain death?
And Transformers, to name a few.
Punk-ass Decepticon.
In the world of real estate, he has worked on many projects such as rehabs, fix and flips, probate sales, distressed homeowner sales, note purchases, private lending, as well as buy and hold rental properties. Will Long learn something new from Kevin? We will find out on this episode of Welcome to Teach Me Something, where our experts have 2 minutes to teach something new. I'm your host, Jesse Zgorski. Meet Long Doan. Long knows a lot about everything, but specifically real estate and leadership. Long has sold thousands of houses, but there's one thing you should know about him. Every day, he is committed to learning something new. And if he doesn't learn something new, he has to read a book for at least 20 minutes. Long loves to learn, but he hates reading books. Well, that's not totally true, but you get the idea. And Long has a short attention span, because his brain is always thinking, which is why our contestants only have 2 minutes. Let's see if Long can learn something new on Teach Me Something. Okay. Y'all ready to rock, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, I'll put 2 minutes on the timer.
Oh, here we go. All right. Okay, so in doing all these projects and having people in multiple studios, I had to hire a lot of people, and I also have to get them to work diligently and efficiently without a lot of supervision. So one thing I do when I hire people is I try and get them to come out of their comfort zone in the interview process. And by doing that, I ask them to, for real estate, you can say, okay, let's do some role play right here in the interview. And you want to make them feel, you want to know if they are willing to grow, right? And you can learn that right away in the interview process. Once you are comfortable with them and you want to hire them, you want to learn what their strengths are. And you also want to learn where they could have areas of improvement. So I always lean on people where their strengths are. But when something isn't time sensitive, you want to give them as much ability to grow in that area so they become more well-known. Then you want to communicate as much as you can. And it could just be a hello in the morning. And you want to, don't let them fall through the cracks. And that's comes with communication. And you want to make them feel like you would do anything for them. So they'll feel like they would do anything for you. And that's how you really get a team to work for you remotely.
You got 26 seconds left. That was incredible.
I still got 26 seconds left. Okay. Another thing is you always have part of the communication. You always have to let them know what the deadlines are, because if they don't know what the deadlines are, then they don't know how much to push themselves. And let's see, what else? Yeah. And just don't micromanage. Allow them to contribute their process to the process.
Okay. Love it.
That was an incredible amount in 2 minutes.
No kidding.
Right? You said some things I loved. I don't know if you were taking notes, Long. Did anything jump out to you that you want to ask about first?
Yeah. So we're in the people business, right? Whether it's real estate and what you do. So it's all about people and business. So, system run business, people run systems. Once you have a system in play, you got to plug in the right people. So the fact that you're having a process up front to screen the people, bring the right one in, and then make sure they're in the right role, that's pretty awesome.
I'd like to dive in. Can I ask a question on when you said you want to find out if they're willing to grow? What sort of questions are you asking people during the initial interview to find out if they're willing to grow?
Well, for me in animation, I would actually have them act something out because one thing I always did is like, okay, I need you to act like a T-Rex, or I need you to act like a gorilla. And I literally physically made them do that. And the reason being is because animation is such a kinesthetic thing. If they can't be in touch with their own body, then they're not going to be able to imagine what it's like to put that into their animation piece. They just start going off with because animation is about feeling. It's not about moving. It's about believing something is alive. And if they can't believe that they are a T-Rex or a gorilla or a small little child when they're a 400-pound-year-old man, they're not going to get it. So I need them to show me outside of their comfort zone what they're willing to go for. And with real estate, if you want someone to learn sales and stuff, it's like have them role play, have them do objection scenarios in front of you, because if they're not willing to grow, then they're not going to be the right person.
I love that. And Long, I know you have a pretty large, decentralized workforce that helps you run your brokerage. What did you think when Kevin mentioned, because this one totally struck me, just say hello in the morning, or do things that you're checking in, don't leave them in a vacuum. Are those things you're doing already, Long?
Oh yeah. Yeah. So that's why I love what you're saying, because it's you give me confirmation that, I'm doing something right, at least, right? So for us, we're up to over 50% of our staff are virtual just because of COVID. And then we have multiple offices, including people from halfway around the world with a lot of people in the Philippines. So I know that my team do almost like daily huddle call with our team, right? But me personally, when I come to an office, every morning I do the quick walk around, say hi to everybody, see how they're doing, if they need me for anything. 99, 100 times, no, I don't need anything. One is, oh yeah, can you help me with this, or this? So that's very important. I totally like that. But even when we interview, not just staff, but even agents, I do ask a similar question. I would not say role play, but I would say, hey, in the people business, it's very stressful because in the real estate, especially on an average, 48 people touches a real estate transaction. You, the agent, the other agent, buyer, seller, mortgage, title, closer, all you can name it, right? Any one of those people can kill the deal. Pretty stressful. So I always ask them to not quite role play, but maybe share with me what's the most stressful situation they had recently and how they handled it. I'm kind of trying to learn them about a problem-solving skill as well as how to handle stress.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Kevin, I got one last question for you, and then I got my famous question for Long. So Kevin, the question is, when Long says he comes in, he's like, he's not high-fiving, but that's, he's walking around saying hello in person. Did you used to come in different time zones and like say good morning to each person on your team when you had these 30 people around the world?
Yeah. So, I mean, I also traveled to the different studios. So whatever studio I was at, I always did a face-to-face, went by their desk. I don't even talk about work. How was your weekend? How was your night? That sort of stuff. Sometimes you can literally see people and
right. But if you were virtual, did you do the same sort of thing virtually with your staff?
Yeah. So we have to review stuff every morning. So I always had a FaceTime or a video chat and with everyone every day. Yeah.
I love it. I mean, so much of our world is moving to a decentralized, system. And there's so much power in that. Long, I got to ask, did you learn something?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, confirm what I know and then tell me that I need to do more of that, right? So that's what I learned today is that, one thing that I think you helped me, Kevin, is that we always talk about hire for culture and train for skills, but yet you still need for them to have enough skills, right? Because you don't want to bring them in brand new and have to start all over. So that role play you do and the question that I've asked and my team asked, I like that. I might do more of it, maybe deep dive even a little bit more.
Produced by the Agent Collective Media Network.